Hi guys, this is Kim from Kim's Collectibles, and I am back today with the most exciting news and the most exciting thing that I think has ever happened in my entire life. It was definitely a God moment. I am beyond blessed. So after my last video, something really exciting happened where someone reached out in the comments and they're like, "Hey, I just found your channel. I'm so excited to see you enjoying glass and pursuing that as your hobby. I have a whole bunch of glassware. Would you want it?" And she asked for my email address, and then we talked a little bit through email, and she told me the story of how when she was around my age in like the 80s and the 90s, and she was collecting lots of depression glass, lots of vintage glassware, for her use and for her hobby, and she would go out antiquing and thrifting and she would find it. And she told me that back then you'd pay maybe a quarter or 50 cents for a piece, and I mean now you go into the antique stores and you're seeing things for $20 a plate, or a pitcher set with cups for like $250. So she reached out to me and she said, "Hey, I've had all this glassware, and unfortunately, like, life gets busy, you get married, you move houses," and she said, "It's been in boxes in my basement, and then when I move, I just take them with me. I take the boxes with me, and the glass just stays packed away in glasses." And she said, "I love how you use it for your holidays, for your family, how you talk about it, how you go look for it, how it's like the centerpiece of your holidays and what makes it special." And she said, "I really want you to have it, and I want to pass it on to somebody that would appreciate it." And so I was like, "Oh my gosh, that's so exciting." And so we were emailing, and I told her, my story of how I got into collecting glassware, which was like COVID, and the antique stores are the only places that stayed open, because if they had to close, they would have probably closed permanently. And I turned it into like a scavenger hunt where I would go and I'd look to see if I could find things. It was just an interesting little side hobby. And then I decided to YouTube it, and here we are today. But I met up with her last Friday, and she gave me 15 boxes of her glassware collection. She gave me so much. And like when I met her, I was just, we met up so that she could give them to me. And she is the kindest, most friendliest woman I have ever met in my life. When she was like walking up, so she went to the store, and when she was walking up to where I was meeting her, I could tell it was her. She was just so, like, she had this vibe around her where she was so energetic and happy and excited, and I never met someone like that in my life, and I really truly look up to her. I would love to become such a joyous, graceful, wonderful woman. And we have so much in common, and we started texting too, and we both bake, and we're sharing baking tips, and I was just so excited and overjoyed and happy that God put her in my life. I'm so grateful. I wish that I could just express how grateful I am to her. And so with my new acquisition of her glassware, I'm going to film unboxing videos. And so my plan is I'll unbox like one box, because there's a lot of glass, and I'm so excited to dig into it. I've been holding myself back from absolutely just tearing open all the boxes, but I really want this to be something that I can share on YouTube. And so I'm gonna open a box, and then I'll clean them up, wash them, like display them, and then if you guys want to help me research, if you see a pattern and you know what it is, or if you know the manufacturer or anything at all, please help me in the comments. There's a lot of research that I need to do. I want to be able to adequately describe each piece when I set my table and be like, this is the cherry blossom pattern, or this is Sharon, or this is open rose. And then of course there's gonna be a lot of pieces I'm sure that I know nothing about, but you guys, there's so much knowledge base on YouTube, and I hope that you guys can help me in the comments identify things and just share in this blessing that has absolutely uplifted my life. I don't even know. She's such a wonderful woman, and I have to say that the most exciting thing about the fact that she gave me all of this is that as I'm going through it, I can send her pictures and ask her the backstory of things. I was bad. I took a peek and I found these beautiful custard glass salt and pepper shakers. And I texted her a picture and I was like, wow, look at these. And I found them online and they're from like 1894. And I was so excited and happy. And I was like, whoa. And she goes, oh yeah, I think those belonged to my mom or my grandma. And I was like, I get the backstory on these pieces because she's still here for me to text her and to ask her and to learn not only about her family and how they used them, or like learn where she got something, or if there's like a special story behind it, or what it meant to her, what it was to her. And I really, really want to honor that. And so I feel like I found such a friend and I am so overjoyed and excited. And I just can't wait to dig into this, to open up the glass, to clean it up. She did give me a little like sneak peek. She told me that there was some Monarch's American Sweetheart in there, which I love. I know in one of my other videos, and even she commented, she's like, you noticed these plates when you went antiquing, there's some in there. And I was like, what? And so I just really, really, really want to express my gratitude, overjoyous gratitude, for the fact that God put her in my life with such a blessing that is so specific to me, so meaningful. And I want to show her that I truly appreciate it, and I want to learn as much as I can out of this experience, to share with you guys all the pieces. Another thing that's really wonderful about this is it gives you so much insight into who collected it. So I know like estate sales and things, you walk into their home and you can tell what was valuable to them, what they like to do, what they saw as pretty. You can tell so much about a person by the things that they surround themselves with. And I get to do that with her. I get to be like, wow, she must have really liked uranium glass, or wow, she really liked this pattern. And I think that that is the coolest thing, and I'm beyond blessed to have this experience. So without further ado, let's unbox the first box. I'll see you guys soon. So without further ado, here's the first box that I'm going to be opening. I didn't even take a single peek into this one. This is one of the biggest ones. It is heavy. It's very heavy. And there are like 13 or 14 more boxes for me to open. So I'm really excited. I'm so excited to get into it. It's like Christmas. Mystery box unboxings are definitely something that I love to watch on YouTube. And now I get to be participating in it and making one of my own. So this box is labeled glassware. So I'm sure when it was in her basement, she labeled things to know what was what. And I must say, each piece is beautifully packaged in newspaper. So she wrapped up every single piece with love and care. And now I get to unwrap it, and I hope that I can be just as good at repacking things away until I see everything. I can take an inventory. But definitely something I recommend when you're storing your glassware. If you're stacking plates, I learned in my YouTube comments that you put a coffee filter between each plates or newspaper so that they don't scratch each other or crack each other or anything. And another thing is like a time capsule, because these newspapers are probably from about when she got them. So like for instance, it talks of, this is 1980s rent, 1990s rent, coupons, there's $1 off, or $100 off rent in an apartment, a 1-bedroom going, looks like $579 a month. Those don't exist anymore. You can't pay that much for a 1-bedroom apartment rent. So I'm going to enjoy looking at these newspapers while I'm unpacking these. So let's get into the first one. This one feels like a loaf pan for baking. Oh, this is Sapphire Blue Fire King loaf pan. This is beautiful. I don't have any actually. I think it's from the 1940s. And of course, guys, if you see something and you can identify it, please let me know in the comments. I'm always learning. If I say something incorrectly, please help me learn. But this one says Fire King on the bottom. It has the pattern here along the side. At the end, I'll do a clip of everything up close. But this is really exciting. I love to make banana bread, and I will definitely be using that in the future. I'm just gonna have a pile of newspaper on the side there. Let's see what else is next. It's so exciting. This feels like a lid. Okay. Oh, it's a Fire King lid. I don't know what that goes to. Here's another one. It matches the loaf pan. Again, sapphire blue Fire King, I think from the 40s. Here's another lid. It says Fire King on it. I can't believe there's so much in this box. I always really like Fire King. It's always really expensive. This stuff is really good to cook and bake with. And again, it is really hard to come across lids. If you can find something with the lid together, that is always a treasure. This feels like another baking dish. So this looks like a casserole dish, perhaps 8 inches around, Fire King sapphire blue. And I love these for Christmas, Thanksgiving, Easter. You put your mashed potatoes, your stuffing. Right now I have a cranberry colored visionware set that I use for that. But this is like the upgrade that I always wish I could have when I go to the antique stores. Fire King is very sought after. So like, look at these pieces. They're so beautiful, a light blue. I'm just going to keep the pieces up here as I keep going on and fill up the table. Let's see what's next. Little tiny bowls. Look at those. I know typically bowls with a handle are for cream soups, but I would probably use this for like making a creme brulee. This is just a little baby casserole dish for like maybe 1-person servings. Here's another one, and it all matches. I feel so blessed right now. Matching sets are the best thing ever. Let's pull something else out of the box. Okay, this is looking like another lid. I wonder if it's the lid to the casserole dish. It is a lid. Let's see if it fits. Okay, this one is too small for this, but that means that there probably is a mate for this somewhere in the box. My visionware ones, I only have one lid for 3 of them, so the fact that there's lids in here, I'm just thrilled. Another lid. Oh, this one still has the price tag on it. It looks like she paid $6 for this, and I'm assuming it's mate. These two are the same size. That's really exciting to see that the price tag is on it, because I know that this would not be going for $6 now. At least not in the antique stores around where I live. Another loaf pan. Yes, it is another loaf pan. So now I have 2. I love to make breads in large batches. My mom we used to belong to like this farm share where you can get a box of produce every week. We used to get so much zucchini. I think we had 50 loaves of zucchini bread in our freezer at one point. Oh, look what was in there. This is like a sugar shaker, I think. Right here it has a label, a place for a label, and if I'm not mistaken, I think there is a shaker society for salt shakers and sugar shakers. I know when I went to, I think it was the Cambridge Glass Museum, they had a display with powdered sugar shakers, like for pancakes or something. and they're really rare to find, so the fact that I own one here and it's got space for a label, that's so exciting. See what we have here. I think it's a coaster or an ashtray. If anyone has seen this pattern before, please let me know what it is, or if it is an ashtray. I think it's a coaster though, because, and perhaps it could be used as both. It has these raised ridges on the bottom, which I assume would be to collect the condensation. Oh, we got another little baby casserole dish. That matches two of the ones that I pulled out earlier, so now we have three. And oh, I just found these small lids. They fit the small casseroles. How cute is that? You can make like, I think like a cheesy egg. I've seen some French breakfast video ideas where you make it for one person, or if you're like living alone and you just want to cook for yourself, you use a little baby casserole dish. This feels like a pie pan. This newspaper is from looks like 1991. It has car advertisements on it. Oh wow. That's awesome. Okay, so this, I think it's a pie plate. I mean, honestly, you could use it as a dinner plate if you're having something with a sauce. But I think that this is for pies. I'm not sure. But again, this is all Fire King, so I'm so excited. It looks like there's a whole bunch of those same bowls. Okay. This one has a rim, so I'm assuming it's got a lid somewhere for the lid to sit on. It's a very shallow one. It's about the same size. So I'm excited to see. I'm gonna have to do research on what these are used for. I mean, we all know that old glassware, like you'd have a celery dish or something for your pickles and your mayonnaise and your mustard. Everything had a very specific dish. Here's another one with the lip. So I'm assuming that there's lids somewhere. We have another one. So I have 3 of these so far. And now 4. Oh, this one has the tag on it. It says Fire King, $4.50. So I don't know if she just got one for $4.50 or if she got all of them. I can definitely text her and ask, which is so exciting to me. This here feels like another coaster. No, I think this might be a lid for like a refrigerator. Like before Tupperware, before there's plastic food storage, you could like put a lid on a container that you get. So we'll see. I've not seen anything like this before. I'm just unboxing over here so I can put all of my newspaper on the bottom, or on the ground here. It's like Christmas. Is this a hot plate? This might be a hot plate. It's got feet on it, and so you can set this on your table, or does it go this way? Oh, I don't know what this piece is used for. It's got these little feet, and it's got a lip on it, and it's labeled Fire King Oven Glass. So maybe it's a lid, or maybe it's a base, but I can't be a base because it doesn't sit flat because there's only 2 feet on it. So I have no idea what this is used for. I can't wait to find out though. here is a measuring cup. Fire King oven glass. And I'm sure that the label, whether it says Fire King oven glass or just Fire King, is probably indicative of when it came from. I don't know. I need to do research on that. But look how cute. It's labeled up to 1 cup. I know traditionally, sometimes they're really older pieces that are glass measuring cups. They would like come in a box of cereal and it says Kellogg on it or something like that. Here's a stack of what I think might be custard cups. It is! Look at those! They're so cute! I think there's 4 or 5 of them here. I would love to make custard. I love custard. I make a lot of tapioca pudding, but like the labor-intensive way, not instant tapioca. You know, you have to soak them all night and then you boil them in milk for forever. But those would be so cute for tapioca pudding. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these little guys. And then this one is another baby casserole dish. So now I have 4 of those. I really need to come up with recipes. If you guys have recipe ideas for me to use these things, please let me know. I'd be so excited to do that. My whole concept behind collecting glasses, I want to use it. Now, I must say, the biggest downside to vintage glassware is it's not dishwasher safe. So when I do commit to having a dinner with it out, it's all in for the dishwashing process. It's another measuring cup. This one says item number 33, so maybe she got a box. It says measuring cup $4. So I don't know, maybe she went to an auction and it was like or part of a set. But that's really interesting. I've never seen these before. Oh, look at this. I think it's uranium glass. I'll test it at the end with a black light. But it's another shaker and it's not rusted out. A lot of times you find the shakers, especially salt shakers. Oh, this one says Anchor Hawking. And it says 9K468 on the bottom. I don't know if that's a patent number, but sometimes they do have patent numbers. You can research them. I know with some of my glass knives, you can find see the original patent and the hand-drawn pictures. There's 2 shakers in here. Those are great finds, but a lot of times your salt shakers are really corroded because metal and salt don't get along, especially if they're moist or if moisture shows up. And it works. Oh my gosh. So this looks like pottery, not glass. I really want to know the story behind these though. Look at this. The bottom, it's got a marking on it. It looks handmade. Look how pretty that is. It's blue and cream colored. Looks hand painted. I don't know anything about ceramics or pottery, to be completely honest. Looks like here's a bowl. Oh wow, look at that. Especially with these 2. Absolutely stunning. I don't know anything about these, but they definitely look homemade. So how interesting is that? Alright, so I think there's one more item in the box. And it's looking exciting. I think it's uranium glass. Oh, there's 2. These are sherbet dishes. I love to use these when I make mocktails or have ice cream. Another fun thing I like to do, since I have a sherbet glass collection and I don't have these, especially the cone shape is very Art Deco. But I love to put a different one. Like if we're having sparkling grape juice or wine, I like to put a different cup at every place setting. And I just think that that's a fun way to spice up your table and give it some visual interest. And people can talk about like their cup and what they like about it, what they don't like. It just makes a good conversation piece. But that's it for this box. I can't wait to see what's in the rest of the boxes. We have a couple of mysteries up in the air. Looks like we need to find lids and bottoms for certain pieces. I'm sure they're in one of the other boxes. I mean, there's certainly enough of them to go through. But I am so excited. I'm going to go wash all these up now, and then I will show you guys everything in one shot so that you can see what things are and you can help me with identifying. But once again, I'm so blessed. I'm so grateful. Thank you guys for coming on this journey with me and enjoying this as I really give these pieces new life. And again, any recipe ideas for using such cute little casserole dishes that are oven safe? I know modern Pyrex, sometimes if you put it above like 500 degrees or if you broil with it, it'll explode. But please, by all means, help me out. I'm just so excited. But thank you guys. I will go wash things now. Alrighty, folks, we are back with the haul from the first box. I took off the tablecloth so you could very clearly see how beautiful the colors are against a white background. I think I have this the right way now. I do think that this is a hot plate that, for instance, if this came right out of the oven and you don't want to like melt your table, you set that right like that, and then that air in the bottom is going to keep your table from getting a scorch mark or something. Here's our 2 measuring cups. Let's go into a little more detail on the bottom. Fire King oven glass. Maybe you can like heat up gravy or something in them. I don't know. I do think that this is a lid to a Friggy. I really, really, really want to know what this is a lid for. It says Fire King on it right there, but I don't, I'm sure it's in another box, but I don't know what this goes to. Like what kind of shape container would have a lid for that? And then there's these. They have a lip on them, so I'm assuming they have a lid, but those would be great for making pies. Here's a lid, and then there's another one of those over here. And then there's these custard cups. Cute little casserole dishes with lids. We got 2 more. These are self-explanatory. These are loaf pans. They say Fire King right there. These 2 shakers that I am so excited for. Let's look at the bottom of this one. Looks like anchor hawking. And then 9K468. And then the sugar shaker. It's got a place for a label. That's the bottom. Beautiful lid to that. That's still good. Talk to my dad. We think this is an ashtray because you can set your cigarette like right in the corner there. But I don't smoke, but I can see how the little designs for it are very efficient. And then cone-shaped uranium glass. That is so beautiful. The swirl pattern. Now these ones are interesting because on the bottom they have an F in a shield. I don't know off the top of my head what manufacturer would have had that label. So if you guys could let me know, that would be I would be so grateful. But yeah, here's everything I got in box number 1, and we have a lot more boxes to go through. So I am so excited to keep this series going. Around so I can talk to you guys. But once again, this woman was so, like, she's so wonderful. I have no other words other than she's wonderful. Just the nicest person with the best energy that I have ever encountered in my life. And this is such a blessing, and I'm so grateful to be able to not just have all these things, but share in this experience, and that she trusted me with her belongings, that she spent time searching for the things that she loved when she was my age, the things that interest her, the things that, like, obviously she clearly loved Fire King. And don't we all? It's functional, it's beautiful, it's got feminine designs on it. And now I have a whole lot of of it, and I'm excited to use it to make custards and pies and casseroles and bless my family and my neighbors and maybe even my coworkers with some of my creations. And just thank you guys for tuning in, joining me on this journey. And I have my own little recording studio in my basement now. Here's some of my paintings. My dad helped me set up so that I can, have a place to record with ease. But that wraps up today's video. That wraps up box 1. I'm so excited to come back with another box to build sets, to come up with ideas for things that I want to do. I have such a appreciation and a spark for these things, and yeah, so I will see you guys soon with another exciting mystery box. And then in the thumbnail, that was me and her, picture of us together. I was like, can I take a picture of us for the thumbnail? She's like, yeah, absolutely. And so my dad took a picture of us together so that I would have that to start my video off with and really just appreciate her. So thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you soon.